Bowser, king of all the Koopas, and Mario's greatest enemy, and of course the Super Mario Brothers' greatest enemy in the Mario universe. We see Bowser having that resilient, persistent plan to kidnap the princess, no matter how high or low the stakes are. But the question remains is one, not why he wants to kidnap the princess, but how is he able to survive every single death scenario, falling into lava, getting crushed by boulders, run over by a train? I heard there are theories in mind that there is possibility of Bowser's own death, like not only facing an explosion, but also falling 1,000 feet from the air and facing a big, huge black hole in a supernova. But we see two different uh, uh, holes in this theory. These theories, to be exact. For example, Paper Mario is actually more of a spin-off of the main Super Mario Bros. Series. So it could be a fictional one, or maybe historical, but then again, how did Bowser even survive if he was in the parade? So perhaps the Toads were saying, I'm sorry, Bowser is not going to be killed, but we have to beat him for good. He is in terrible condition. So enjoy the parade. Yay! And then Super Mario Galaxy 2, yes, Bowser did face a black hole and a supernova. But so did Mario, so did Princess Peach. Everyone was sucked in. And if it wasn't for the Lumas, they would have been killed. So I don't think there is any possible way of the death. So where did this even came from? Well, what if I say it came? Oh. So the possibility of Bowser's death seems improbable. That is, until we look deeper in, with Bowser's own abilities. This is Jemiah from Trap 35, and this is a theory of the Super Mario Brothers. Bowser is undead. Let's begin, shall we? Alright, remember in the previous theory I made about Bowser using black magic? Well, forget about the demon part, if he isn't a demon, of course. But into his abilities, he's able to breathe fire and was able to survive climatic results, falling into lava, getting crushed by boulders, or getting run over by a train. Seriously, getting run over by a train is like getting run over by well, a bulldozer, or it's really dangerous and very deadly. Bowser even survived that. Well, okay, it's not that deadly, but you get the picture. Anyways, with every single event, we see Bowser falling into lava in every single game, getting crushed by boulders or facing a huge explosion. But wait a moment. Am I saying things correctly? A lot of what? Wait. The Koopalings and the Magic Koopa, Kamek, and Bowser Jr. were using black magic on Bowser to be revived. Huh. So is there a possibility that Bowser been revived by magic? Well, black magic to be exact, but yeah. Well, that is one of the possibilities. I mean, after all, the Koopas are known for black magic, so it probably is no surprising for them to revive him each and every single time. But then we face another climatic results of what if they aren't able to revive him? How are they able to revive him? Well, that's where King Boo come along. Allow me to explain of who King Boo is. King Boo is King of the Boos, who has a hatred towards the Mario Brothers. Ever since from Super Mario 3 and World, tries to think of a way to defeat them. And so he did in Luigi's Mansion, where he traps Mario inside a painting. And, of course, facing with Egad and Luigi as well. After a climatic result, he's been sealed inside a painting and is released in Luigi's Mansion 2 and been captured again. There were theories in mind that Bowser and King Boo are somewhat connected, as if they're both the same people. Or maybe Bowser is just the vehicle while King Boo is the one controlling it. The one behind the curtains, the puppet master. But why would I think that? Why would King Boo be the one pulling the strings? Well, there are a few theories in mind. One of them is Lady Clairvoyant. Everybody was pointing this out, including the one who made the theory. As Lady Clairvoyant was foreseeing the future, which is kind of obvious with each and every single item you grab. But after a final item you found, give it to Lady Clairvoyant. She foresees Bowser. Bowser alive? How can this be? I thought Mario defeated him for good. Oh, this is bad. Well, for you at least. I'm just a ghost. That's not exactly what Lady Clairvoyant said, but that's what it sounds like to me. But then there's another theory. But then there is another hint. As we finally face King Boo for the final time, where he stated, and I quote, I remember how you caused so much trouble in the past. Now, if it were Bowser, that would definitely make sense, but King Boo? We only met him in Luigi's Mansion, and not to mention the Mario Brothers 3 and World. What if they're one of the same people? I mean, there's gotta be an origin to the Boos. Maybe they are formerly Koopas? They are often shy around Mario, and even even with the description about the Koopas stated that they are not the bravest warriors. In fact, they are a little bit of cowards. They only use their shield for their protection. So why would a Boo be so scared of Mario and Luigi? Blushing, in fact. It could be many possibilities. But then there is more to this. As we capture King Boo and place him on the painting, but we also seem to capture his Bowser mech, which he uses in Luigi's Mansion. This kind of seems strange, may I remind you. And evidently, it kind of caught everybody's attention. Are they somewhat connected? Perhaps. But let me remind you, there is another King Boo, which he appears in the spin-offs and also Super Princess Peach, where he isn't pulling the strings, but working alongside with Bowser, which many people believe that they're one of the same people, and some of them do not. I am one of those persons that don't seem to believe that they're one of the same. For one, the crown is different. The spin-off in Super Princess Peach King Boo had this skinny crown that has green jewels. Not to mention he looks a little bit cuddly like the normal Boos. But looking at Luigi's Mansion King Boo, on the other hand, he looks deadly, more mechanical. His crown is big. He has red eyes. and purple tongue and very sharp teeth. 2 sharp teeth, maybe even 4. You could say that it could be a possibility that he changed his crown. Why would he change his crown? Why would he change his little skinny crown for another? Unless they were throwing us off, of course. After all, unless they're throwing us off, of course, in either directions. King Boo could be the possibility of being one of the same. And the other King Boo is just throwing us off. Maybe there are just one King Boo and one King Bowser. And King Boo is just basically helping Bowser to defeat the Mario Brothers. But for what reason is still unclear. Actually, it is clear. They walk into the mansion and interfere with the dead. The ghosts in the mansions. In Super Mario Brothers 3 and World. So that's one way to solve this mystery. But the answer still is unclear until we get more idea about this Luigi's Mansion lore. So there is just 2 possibilities. But there is also another possibility. Let's say the star inside of it. Allow me to explain. In Yoshi's Island on the DS, there were some legends, myths, in fact, that there were star children. That each and every children will be born under the star. That the star would be going inside them, granting them many abilities. Like, say, I actually don't know. And Bowser, the baby Bowser, is one of those star children. Is there a possibility that he's been granted the ability of breathing fire and invincibility, maybe even black and magic? Perhaps. But we don't know much about the myth around the star children. So there are 3 possibilities, but 2 are believable. And 1 is the possibility. But I don't know if we are able to defeat Bowser for good. Even if it's possible to defeat Bowser, destroying his entire body, we have to remind ourselves that Bowser is not going to be staying dead forever. Oh no, he's either going to be in spirit form or he's going to be back from the dead again and again. And I believe Nintendo is making this clear for us. So in any possibilities, with any possible outcomes, it's still unclear about this lore, about Bowser's own. Without any more information of how Bowser, without any information, we are unclear of how Bowser's been able to be defeated, or in fact stays dead forever. I mean, Nintendo really probably wants to keep him alive throughout generations. He is the main enemy of the Super Mario Brothers. And look at Legend of Zelda. And even look at Legend of Zelda. There's going to be Ganondorfs after Ganondorfs in each and every single series of Legend of Zelda. And in Samus, there is going to be a Ridley. Again, no possibilities of Bowser going to stay dead forever. But either way, Bowser is one villain you should be watching out for. This is Jeremiah from Jailbreak 35. Happy Halloween and have a ribbit time.